That's a little cursed.
Alright, so something a little different today. I'm going to read a choose your own adventure book. I'm gonna stop watching this stream first. That probably be a good idea. But I'm gonna start reading a choose your own adventure book, and these guys are going to choose all of the options. And every time they kill me, I'm going to take a shot. So eventually, I'm going to not be able to read this book anymore.
Yeah.
Then the real fun begins.
Mm-hmm.
So what we've got today is Thieves from Space, which is an Alien Adventures, The Choice is Yours book by E.T. Randall. From Troll. So we begin. You are delivering newspapers in the early morning hours of a quiet Saturday. The weather is crisp and clear. You are full of energy. Eager to finish your paper route early, you race down the block on your bike. As you toss your first paper, you notice the mailbox in the house has been turned upside down. It looks strange hanging there with the top open. Halfway down the block, you see a metal fence twisted into the shape of a figure 8. Wow, what a weird sculpture, you say to yourself. Next comes the house where the St. Bernard dog always chases you. He thinks it's a great game when you fall off your bike and rip your jeans. Some game, you think. He has all the fun. Well, he's not going to make you fall today. You're ready for him. There's his bark, but where is he? Wait a minute. Why is he sitting on the roof of his house? And what's that funny whirring sound? You turn around and see an emerald green ray zipping back and forth across the street. Everything it touches vanishes. Faster and faster it moves. It's coming straight at you. The beam moves so rapidly that your eyes can't follow it. Suddenly, the ray strikes the car next to you. The car vanishes. Instead of moving on, the beam stops. It's vibrating as though it's alive. The beam expands and contracts, turning different shades of green. First it is the bright green of a lime, then is the dull green of an olive. You never realized how many colors green could be. You're a fucking loser. Soon the colors change, too rapid for your eyes to follow. But throughout the display, the beam has not moved. It seems to be studying you. Then you notice that the pulsing of the beam mirrors your breathing. As you inhale, the beam expands. As you exhale, the beam contracts. You sense its power and strength and wonder if it's dangerous. If you are curious and want to investigate, turn to page 7. If you go get help, turn to page 19. If you wish to cautiously test the beam's power, turn to 26.
Ooh, 26.
26, yeah.
Test it.
26? 26? Everybody's good for
Power.
26?
26.
Alright.
We gotta test it.
Let's stick this finger in that socket.
Just fucking kill me all at once. You decide to test the power of the beam by throwing a rock at it. The rock disappears. You move back a step. When you throw one of your newspapers at the beam, the paper goes right through it, landing in the street beyond the beam. Now, how did that happen? Wait a minute, you think. Most of the strange things you saw on your paper route were made of metal, except for the dog on the roof. You have an idea for an experiment. You reach into your pocket and find a penny and a piece of gum. You throw them both toward the beam simultaneously. The gum lands in the street and the penny vanishes. You think. The beam takes some things and not others. Why? You drop your bike and approach the beam, careful not to get too close. You want to study it. It still hasn't moved, but touching it might be dangerous. As you stand gazing at the beam, you feel a gentle tugging at your belt buckle, pulling... Wow, Gabe! Book?
Lewd.
I'm
Lewd.
Sure... I don't like this. Pulling you closer to the strange light. Just as you realize what is happening, the beam snatches you from the sidewalk. And we're turning to page 70.
Surrender your belt to the alien.
71. You've been transported into some kind of strange room with several windows. Looking out the nearest window, you see planet Earth several thousand miles away. You are on board an alien space vessel. Good job, fuckers!
Hey!
Standing in front of you is a 7-foot-tall ant-like creature. His eyes are covered by a set of goggles. His antenna waves back and forth as he studies you. He is standing upright on two stick-like legs. One of his arms has a fierce-looking claw that is pointed straight at you. You hear a strange clicking sound. Perhaps the alien wants to communicate with you. You don't understand what he's saying, so you smile and wave a little. He cocks his head and pulls out a metal, pencil-shaped object from a pouch on his belt. He waves the object in circles, and soon the clicks become sounds you can understand. And what do we call you? He asks. It's kind of rude to assume that is a he.
Oh, you down to fuck?
Wow.
Hi.
Is this
My
where the
name
space
is
marine
Captain.
is?
My name is James
Call me
T.
crab
Kirk.
hole.
You
Hi,
don't...
I'm James T. Kirk.
Oh my god. You don't want to give your real name. But all you can think to say is, I'm a news carrier. Really? Says the alien. He looks to his right and talks to a slab of stone. Quack. You promised me riches when we came to rob Earth, but all we have so far is useless junk and a news carrier. The slab of rock begins to move. It's alive. A pair of dark red eyes glow at you from the solid gray mass. Earthling, don't gaze into his eyes, says the ant-like creature. Put on these protective glasses. Hurry. If you put the glasses on, turn to page 77. If you look into the eyes of Quack, turn to page 99.
Put your glasses on, nothing will be wrong.
For Kay's fetish, we'll put the glasses on.
Tell me why, tell me why, tell me
I was
what
gonna
you
say,
want.
is like, how else are you gonna like look deeply into his eyes?
How am I
Yeah.
supposed to fuck the
Romance.
rock if I can't make eye contact?
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be
how else can we
awkward.
romance the Rock?
He was tugging
Yeah.
on my belt buckle.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was tugging
exactly.
on the belt buckle.
He wants our pants to drop, so we might as well try to seduce him.
Alright. You put on the protective glasses. Everything looks purple. But who are you, you ask? I am Rebix, and my companion is Quack. Despite his gentle appearance, Quack can be quite dangerous if you don't use these glasses. Why did you bring me here, you ask? Quack, says Rebix. Would you care to explain? A loud rumbling fills the compartment as Quack speaks in a strange language. A malfunction, says Rebix. I thought you repaired the matter translocator. Quack's red eyes glare. Calm down, Rebix says. No offense was intended, but I do agree that the humanoid should be confined until we decide what to do with it. Quack rumbles in acknowledgement, and Rebix turns towards you, squirting a jet of liquid from a spout just below his goggles. The liquid strikes you, and you lose consciousness. Don't
Wow.
squirt liquids at me without my consent. Fuck off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lou.
I mean,
it was
I'm
kind of
used to the alien origin.
it was kind of set up.
Jesus Christ, man.
It was kind of
was-
teased with the whole belt buckle thing.
I'm not surprised.
Book got horny
Yeah.
immediately.
But wait, we had the goggles on, didn't we?
You know, Rebix roofied us.
The
from-
goggles, they do nothing!
The goggles do nothing.
God, you beat me to it.
Yeah, I did.
I was debating whether or not to make that joke.
I jumped on it. I saw I shot and I took it.
You did. So did Rebix. A loud
Yeah, just
clattering
all
noise.
over you.
A loud clattering noise awakens you, and you see a startling sight. Leaning over you is a weird-looking robot. He has a toaster oven for a head and a washing machine for a body. Two vacuum cleaner hoses wobble at its side like arms. Would you
Snuffleupagus?
Would you care for some sustenance? The robot asks. What do you have? You ask.
Snuffleupagus is the wrong one.
The door of the toaster oven drops open and a plate slides out. On it are two pills. One is red and yellow. The other is shiny gray. The pills don't look appetizing, but you are awfully hungry. Why were you going to eat whatever? You take the pills and hold them in your hands. What are they, you ask? I believe that the red and yellow is identified as pizza, and the gray one is a cola beverage. You're kidding, you say. I do not understand this kidding of which you speak. You know, tell a joke, play a trick. The robot seems to be thinking. Those words are not in my memory banks, it says. Should you require more sustenance, I will return. It moves away on rollers as you call after it. Wait! What am I supposed to do? You are free to roam the ship with one restriction. Stay away from the corridors with red markings on the floor. The robot speeds away. You pop the pills in your mouth. Amazing! They actually taste like pizza and soda. You rush down the passageway hoping to find the robot, but he is nowhere to be seen. You decide to explore the ship. In front of you, the corridor branches right and left. To the left, you hear the hum of machinery. To the right, there is silence. You see no red markings anywhere. Which way do you go? If you take the right corridor, turn to page 58. If you take the left corridor, turn to page 104.
Let's head towards the dangerous machinery, gang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How else are we gonna get rid of the other Willy Wonka kids with us?
So,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
Maybe they
Exactly.
have porn there.
So you go to the left. You take the left corridor towards the hum of the machinery. You pass many compartments overflowing with clothes hangers, bottles, jars, curtains, bath mats, and bathtubs. Why? They're just stealing
Never
a bunch
said
of
they
bathtubs?
were good thieves.
The sound grows louder and louder. You cautiously advance. Soon the noise is almost deafening. You peek around the open doorway and see Quack lying on a metal slab. Huge pistons are pounding him on his back. Sighs of contentment are coming from Quack. You realize that he is getting a mechanical massage. You giggle. Quack sits up and
Ew.
turns in your
Is that what
direction.
they call it?
Red beams glow from his eyes. You look
Alright,
directly
let's
into
seduce-
Quack's eyes. Then something funny happens. You can't remember your name. You stare at your hands, unsure of what they are or what they do. When you look down at your feet, you laugh hysterically. They seem so funny looking. Alright, kid. You take a deep breath and forget to exhale, causing you to faint. When you wake up, Repix is by your side. His goggles look weird. He puts a set of goggles on you just as Quack rumbles into your line of sight. Repix is concerned. Earthling, I warned you not to look into the eyes of Quack. They will steal your memories.
But they're so dreamy.
That is why you must always use these shielded goggles when he is present. How do you feel now? I'm okay, you reply. What are you going to do with me? Rebix laughs. Nothing. We are going to send you home. Quack and I are on a cosmic scavenger hunt. Bullshit. The last thing we had to obtain was 2 tons of Earth items. When our matter translocator, the green ray, indicated a life form, we decided to have some fun with you by saying we were bandits. Do you mean I can go? You ask. Absolutely. We'll return you to your planet and we'll go on our way. What about those things you stole? And I got turned to page 25, which is 500 pages away.
You ask too many questions, perish.
That's part of the scavenger hunt.
The antenna on Revix's head waves back and forth. Have you anchored him? Earthling, we are not thieves, says Revix. We simply borrowed a few things that we will return when the hunt is over. But you can't just take things that don't belong to you, you point out. Buddy, you are in a fucking spaceship. You shut your mouth. Earthling, is it unfortunate that the effects of Quack's eyes are temporary? In your case, it would be a blessing if you forgot how to talk. Yeah. Are you ready to go home?
Damn.
Oh, wow.
Nasty. Rebix just fucking roasted us. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still down for Revix. Like, dude's got some sass
I've
on
only
him.
got
I can
eyes
appreciate
for
an Ant-Man
Glock.
with sass.
Before you can answer, an explosion rocks the spaceship. The lights flicker, and both aliens race for the instrument panels. Warning lights are blinking and alarms are sounding. As the aliens struggle to save their ship, a flickering series of yellow lights appears behind them. As you watch in fascination, the lights take the shape of a small being. You want to warn Rebix and Quack, but you are annoyed that they played a trick on you. Another explosion jars the ship as the yellow light becomes more solid. What do you do? If you want to warn the aliens, turn to page 46. If you remain silent, turn to page 28.
I know we're on the
46.
ship, but these guys are assholes.
We have no right to remain silent.
Yeah. What are we, a cop?
So we're gonna warn them?
Of course, yeah, they're just on a
Yeah.
scavenger hunt, man.
I mean, if
Wow.
we all get blown up, how do we seduce the Rock?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or
Great, you
Russie.
great. You really want that goose shot on you.
I'm just saying we get kidnapped by aliens. If you don't have an orgy, it's not worth it.
That's fair.
Plus, you want to see that,
Hey, Riker.
one of the prettiest things in the world is cracking open a geode.
Mhm.
Oh, God.
I hear that.
Jesus
I don't know if
Christ.
that's horny or murder.
I mean,
Both.
if it's the geode's butt, I mean, you just pry back the cheeks and boom.
Now
you
that's
go
my
to town.
kind of goat scene.
We're
All right.
recording this, right?
Yes, we
This is the
are.
thing
Yo,
We're gonna look back on this and go, what the fuck? Alright,
not the
so
ones drinking either.
you yell out a warning to Rebix and Quack. They turn to meet this new threat. The yellow lights solidify into the shape of a blonde-haired, floppy-eared alien. He is humanoid in form, but his cat-shaped eyes have an orange glow. Rebix squirts his protective fluid at the intruder.
Rex, you're excited to see them.
The blonde alien falls unconscious. God damn it, this wasn't this horny when I read it when I was 15.
Are you sure?
You didn't have degenerates looking over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh, Rebix and Quack quickly bind him with anti-gravity cuffs, which raise the prisoner into the air. Oh, they're into bondage too. Great.
Wow, this is
Oh,
kinky
sis,
as shit.
bondage, cool.
Was this written by the guy who invented Wonder Woman?
I don't know. I don't think so.
This sounds more like a Shucks Tingle book, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
You think?
I seem to have stepped away to get Hot Pockets at the best time.
Fucking hell. You think quickly, Earthling, Rebix says. Thank you. Who is he, you ask? You hear a rumble, then Quack speaks to you using his communicator. His voice sounds like cement being poured. He is a galactic constable. He has been chasing us for many light years, but never has he come so close to capturing us as he did today. Rebix looks at the constable, who is slowly regaining consciousness. Earthling, since you helped us catch him, it is only fitting that you should decide what we do with him. Rebix pulls out a wafer-thin octagonal coin. I will toss this coin. His fate is in your hands, heads or tails. Rebix tosses the coin. If you call heads, turn to page 113. If you call tails, turn to page 93.
We go with heads because we want
Yeah.
the head.
Should've been dead.
I thought you would go with tails because we want.
We have a rock
That
and an
is-
insect man.
that
There
is
is no
true.
tail.
Well, he has
I
a
mean-
thorax.
We
Oh,
gotta get that Geo bussy.
you all need Jesus, but he's not coming.
No,
Well,
Jesus
I
doesn't
mean,
believe in
That's
space
why he
exists.
came back. He was
I mean-
seduced by the rock.
With a little persuasion, I'm pretty sure we could get Jesus to come.
Alright,
Oh,
heads,
Only coming and going where no one has gone before.
heads or tails?
To Jesus' Juicy.
Heads or tails?
Heads. Please.
113, oh my god, fuck. This is more fun than I thought it would be.
Alright.
Juicy.
Heads, you say as Rebix catches the coin. It's tails, replies Rebix. The constable loses. Quack's laughter
Well, shit.
rumbles through the bridge like an earthquake. Rebix sits behind the instrument panel and presses 4 buttons. The air around the constable seems to get thick. Two white light.
Joke's on them. I wanted this guy to die.
Two white lines
He's
trace a
wish he was
square
dead.
around the constable. Rebix pushes a lever and the box shrinks until both the constable and the box are a mere pinpoint of light. Then the light blinks out and they are gone. He's gone, you think. I've got to save him. Hey, wait a minute, you call out, rushing towards the instrument panel. What did you do with him? You push Rebix away from the instrument panel and stare at all the buttons and lights in front of you. Maybe if you press the right buttons, you can get him back. Within your reach are a rectangular black button and a flashing blue button. But you're running out of time. Rebix is lunging at you. Which button do you choose? If you press the rectangular black button labeled Baynek, turn to page 63. If you press the flashing blue button labeled AW2PYLE, turn to page 67.
Flashing blue. Flashing blue.
Flashing blue.
Flashing blue.
always good to slap flashing buttons.
Slap
It's
the
like
flasher.
always press the flashing button.
Slap the flasher. You press the flashing blue button, but nothing happens. Revix quickly binds you with anti-gravity restraints.
Oh.
Within moments, you are floating around the bridge. Thank you, Earthling, says Revix. You have put the ship on automatic pilot. It's obvious that you are going to be a source of trouble and annoyance for us. You must be controlled. He clamps the shiny collar
Inky.
around your neck.
Oh.
Revix,
So forward.
Revix
It's
stands
like
away from
RGO's the one
you.
that's getting crashed.
Revix stands away from you and holds a box with a tiny antenna. From now on, you will be very cooperative. He presses the button. Your mind is now under the control of the box. You eagerly await the commands of your new masters. You are a helpless drone. The end. And now,
Well, I
We
think
didn't die.
I think we know what caused like some of this generation's, hypnosis kink.
all right. So that was a bad ending. So I took a drink. All I had was whiskey.
You specifically said drink. You specifically said die.
Yeah.
I mean, bad ending.
Depending on your point of view,
Yeah.
depending on
Like,
what you're into.
Going with the rules I had on my head, I should have said bad ending, I suppose. That's a pretty bad ending, unless you're like into that shit, which some of us are.
You already took a drink.
I already took a
Bad
drink.
Joke's on you, fucker. I'm into this shit. Oh no.
Alright,
We
so
kidnapped the wrong human.
so this book is actually very helpful, and it tells me which page I came from. I can turn back, and we can push the
Oh,
other
that's
button,
good.
or we can start over again.
let's push the other button.
Yeah, sure.
Other buttons.
Other button? Okay, so we're gonna push the black button labeled by Knack. 63? Yes. You press the black button, and the pinpoint of light reappears. It quickly expands, and the constable floats helplessly in midair. Revix lunges for you, and you barely escape his grasping claw. To defend yourself, you quickly search for some kind of weapon. You spot nothing except Quack's blazing eyes. Of course you do, you fucking... That's it. Without wasting a second, you grab Revix's goggles and expose him to Quack's flaming eyes. Revix is rendered helpless. How do you like being roofied, motherfucker?
We bit fucked up, but alright.
Quack lumbers toward you, his eyes blazing with rage. You shield your own eyes with Revix's goggles. How can you get out of here? Suddenly, a flash fills the room. When you look, Quack is gone. Please get these restraints off me, calls the constable from above. I'm lucky I hit him with my electro-transfer generator. It's difficult to aim from up here, you know. After
A
you...
taser.
Yeah,
You hit the rock with a taser.
you tase the rock. After you
Out of
free...
reality.
After you free the constable, he thanks you, then radios his ship for assistance. Don't worry about Quack, says the constable. I've just imprisoned him. Again, thank you, brave Earthling. Would you like to go home now? Before you can answer, a white mist floats around you. Wow, dude! You are sitting under a tree with a gentle breeze blowing on your face. Your bicycle is lying beside you, and your news sack has spilled its papers all over the grass. What a crazy dream that was, you think, until you see the constable standing in front of you. Earthling, you have given me back my life after those thieves nearly took it. Now I give you something. It's a plastic cube. Thank you, you say, but what is it? The constable smiles. It's a thought projector. To operate it, simply hold the cube in your hand and think of what you wish to see. A three-dimensional projection of your thoughts will result. You'll find it marvelous when you read. Goodbye, my friend. In the end.
Shit,
Well-
that's a pretty good item to have.
Yeah.
It's-
We didn't get fucked.
We didn't get fucked!
yeah, but we didn't get
I mean-
fucked.
We did in one ending.
You can mentally summon up anything you want to fuck.
Yeah, we can summon up Clorks. Rusty.
I mean,
we get
Summon the Quasi.
I mean, you did probably get fucked a lot on the bad ending because they put a fucking collar around your neck. That was some kinky shit right there.
Yeah.
Okay,
You were their slave for life.
so
Yeah, if you
I
want
can
their
hear your
tummies.
hesitation once you hit those lines.
all right.
Well, we
So,
got the good ending.
we got a good ending. There's several in here.
Imagine what you could do
Oh.
with such a device.
So from here, how would you like to proceed? We can go back into this stream of story, like farther back than the button pushing, or we can go back to the beginning and go from the 3 choices.
Go back.
Back to the
To
past. Samurai Jack.
Back to the beginning and start somewhere else?
Mhm.
Oh.
Might as well.
We won't see Quark and Rebix again, and we can't fuck them.
It's fine.
Well,
We gotta go
know
back to the past. Samurai Jack.
Okay,
yay.
so we've tested the
Samurai
beam's
Jack
power.
off.
So if you're curious and want to investigate, turn to page 7. If you want to go get help, turn to page 19.
7.
Help!
Help is for cowards. We're going to 7.
That's, yeah.
7 for now? I mean, we can always go
Yeah.
I feel
I
like in
will
another
be-
timeline I got royally fucked.
back.
I will be right back.
Okay. Deciding to investigate, you carefully pedal your bike closer to the beam. You wonder what will happen if you touch it. Slowly you reach out. Instantly, the beam zaps you in its green glow. You dumb motherfucker. Your bike is transformed into a clear plastic bubble. Then the bubble surrounds you. The bubble whizzes you away at high speed. Terrific, you think. I had to touch it. Now what's going to happen to me? Oh no, you're going to crash into the trees in the woods behind town. Before you can duck, the bubble skirts in and out of the trees, throwing you off balance. Just as you sit back and begin to enjoy the ride, the bubble crashes through a clump of thick brush and stops abruptly. You can't believe your eyes. In front of you stands a huge spacecraft. Gleaming silver in the sunlight, the ship is shaped like a lampshade, wide and circular on the bottom, tapering to a small circle on top. There are no windows or doors of any kind facing you. The craft begins to glow and the brightness hurts your eyes. Slowly, a rectangle traces itself into the hull of the ship. It's a hatch, and it begins to open. 29.
You would not believe your eyes. 10 million fireflies.
All came out and killed you with their cocks.
Oh my god. A ramp drops from the spacecraft, and a tall red alien with green hair approaches. He walks.
What do they pronoun?
I don't know. It doesn't say. It says he. You keep fucking assuming. Yeah, this kid's an asshole. He walks down the ramp,
There.
pressing his belt. There again, the fucking belt buckle shit. Quit touching your belt buckles. The plastic.
Do like
Maybe this
that.
kid just knows what he
Milk
wants,
buckle.
and he's hopeful.
The plastic
It's like
bubble around you vanishes. You drop to the ground. On first impulse, you're ready to run. But when you see the alien smiling, you become confused. Perhaps the smile is genuine. Yet you feel a vague mistrust of this particular-looking stranger. He gets closer to you, and you see that his eyes are practically all white. His stare seems to bore
Oh
holes.
man, it's a tall white.
It is.
God, whites.
His stare seems to bore holes right through you. You are uncomfortable. You can't draw your eyes away from the alien's gaze. It is though he is hypnotizing you. If you could get into that clump of brush, you might be able to escape, but your curiosity about this being makes you want to question him. The alien stops, as though waiting for you to decide what to do. The chirping of a bird draws his eyes away from you. Now's your chance. If you run into the brush, turn to page 34. If you greet the alien, turn to page 47.
Brush that up. Brush it up. Brush it up.
Page 34, rule 34. Given the tone of the stream.
You do present a compelling argument.
I'm pretty sure if
Indeed.
I flip to page 34, I'm not going to see alien on a child, I'm not going to see that, hopefully. Although, reading this from my perspective, he's not actually a teenager anymore, or the main character isn't a teenager anymore, so I guess it'd be fine.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's literally you. You're delivering mail.
Fuck off!
Damn.
Alright, we're going to page 34, fuck you.
No, it's you. It is you who will be fucked.
I got real close. You guys put me in the fucking position. You dash towards the trees for safety, hearing the alien's high-pitched laughter behind you. Ice blue bolts wash over your head. As they pass, you can hear the air crackle with electricity. You throw yourself to the ground just in time. The blue rays miss you by a hair. I've got to find something to defend myself, you think. The alien is coming towards you. He is speaking into a circular device in his palm. You can understand every word he says. Forgive me, Earthling. I only meant to amuse you with my powers. Stand up, I won't hurt you. Some joke, you think, but I'm not laughing. You remain on the ground trying to hide behind a fallen tree. If only you could defend yourself. As you look around, you see a broken branch behind you. It looks like a club. To your left is a large, flat stone. If you pick up the branch, turn to page 72. If you pick up the stone, turn to page 110.
Oh, we're going fucking Kane on this asshole. Get that stone.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
rock this bitch.
Rock the bitch, alright. Rock.
Rock pun.
One way or another, we're cracking a geo tonight.
You reach for the flat stone as the alien closes in on you. Stay away, you shout. But he ignores you. You throw the stone at him, hoping to frighten him away. You dumb bitch! That's not how you use a stone.
No, you crack it against his skull and then watch as it splatters like an egg.
The stone just misses and the alien ducks. Here's your chance to escape. You run for it. The alien pulls a weapon from his belt and fires. All his shots miss you, but they are close enough to make the air crackle as the rays zip by you. Ahead of you is the safety of the woods. If you could only make it there, you could hide. The alien would never find you. You glance over your shoulder and see the alien trip over a tree branch and fall to the ground. Diving forward, you land in the brush. You hear the alien crashing through the brush, searching for you, but you stay perfectly still until the sounds fade in the distance. You wait until you're sure it's safe, then you crawl from your hiding place. You run all the way home, keeping to the shadows and crouching behind parked cars. Safely in your house, you wonder why the alien was after you. You hope you never find out. The end! That was a shitty ending. I'm drinking for that.
Yeah, that
It's like,
fucking
man,
sucks.
that certainly was weird. Anyway.
Alright, we're going back to pick up the branch because fuck it. 72.
Yeah.
We couldn't be blamed for this kid not knowing how to use a rock.
Crack it
Yeah.
over their head. What
No,
the fuck,
no, we
man?
absolutely. Yeah, like fucking children know how to beam someone with a rock.
Mm-hmm. They're violent.
Come on, man.
That's someone who is beating someone's rock and has been beaten by a rock. Can confirm.
Dumb bitch. This
The child go goblin mode.
Ari?
If I don't got a weapon,
What?
I'll pick up a rock. And when I bust your ass, I'll continue to rock.
Yeah, just as you picked up the stick, my cat started yelling at me.
Of course it did.
Mhm.
Ari craves violence. We all know this.
Also, Ari and Stick.
Yeah. So, with the alien only a few feet away, you reach for the branch. Jumping up, you swing the branch like you would a baseball bat. The alien levitates himself to avoid your attack. Looks like the branch is not going to be so useful after all. You drop it. The alien...
Dumb bitch.
The alien releases a red vapor that wraps itself around your body. Come on! Stop with the fucking... You are making this blatant!
What is
Buddy!
with all the aliens releasing like musk clouds?
Christ.
Yeah.
You try to move your arms, but can't. You want to run, but your feet are locked in place. It feels as though you are wrapped in plastic. The alien is standing before you. Earthling, I tire of this chase. Escape is impossible, but I only want to talk. Then you may leave. I am called Meglar. What's your name? If you tell him your name, turn to page 41. If you refuse to speak,
God.
turn to page 101.
We do not have the right to speak.
You do not want to tell the alien your name.
Yeah, we don't have the right.
Anybody else? Oh, we're gonna be rude as fuck.
I know my rights.
You refuse to tell the alien anything. Now Meglar is growing angry. On my planet, Earthling, is an insult not to give your name when it is asked for. When
It's
you,
an insult here. You're being the jerk.
Yeah.
when you still remain silent, Meglar turns from you and begins spinning like a top. The red vapor that binds you vanishes. Then an emerald crystal comes flying from the spinning alien. When you catch it, why would you catch it? The crystal begins to glow brightly. The glow becomes
Oh,
a
shit.
glare, and you feel lightheaded. Slowly turning your eyes away from the jewel, you look down. No wonder you're dizzy. You've been lifted 20 feet off the ground. Soon you're 30 feet in the air. Then there's nothing but the emerald crystal keeping you from falling. You clutch it tightly. Meglar chuckles. The crystal's brightness dims, and you are gently lowered to the ground. Do not be so strong-willed, Earthling. There are others who possess powers that you can only dream about. If you choose not to reveal your name, so be it. Now come with me. Somehow you know that Meglar really wanted to know your name. He could get it from you. You have no choice but to follow him to his ship. This guy's a little pushy.
Yeah.
A bit, yeah.
Christ, Rebix was
fucking
less
sketch.
pushy. Okay, so 43. As you walk with Meglar, you realize that you are still holding the emerald crystal. Why didn't he take it back, you wonder? Your path is blocked by thick underbrush, but Meglar never hesitates. One long step takes him over the bush. Your emerald crystal glows in your hands. Suddenly you are lifted gently over the brush, too. He controls me through the crystal, you say to yourself. Your feet touch the ground. This is my chance, you think. You throw the crystal away and start to run. Which way should you go? The brush gives you good cover, but you could move faster on the trail. If you crash through the brush, turn to page 106. If you take the trail, turn to page 56.
Trail.
Well, let's see
Rush.
what other kinky bondage shit he has.
Going down the happy trail.
Happy trail? Happy trail. I hate that you put it that way. Just so you know. 6. You race down the trail, quickly putting some distance between you and Meglar. Soon you are so tired that you need a place to rest. You fucking deliver papers, child. Suck it up. You spy a hollow log and crawl into it to catch your breath. Just as your breathing gets back to normal, you hear a voice echoing through the trees. Earthling, don't run. There are force fields set up to protect my ship. They are all around us, and they are dangerous. Show yourself before it is too late. This sounds like a trick. Until you can be sure, you decide not to show yourself. But what do you do next? Continue on the path? Or call Meglar's bluff and run through the brush towards his ship? If you continue down the path, turn to page 103. If you run towards his ship, turn to page 86.
Call his bluff.
Yeah.
Run straight forth into danger.
Directly at his kink ship? Okay.
Yeah.
86.
Remote bucket, yeah.
You run in the direction of Meglar's ship. Not realizing that your sneakers have come untied, you trip over your laces. You motherfucker. You stumble into the remains of a rickety wood old fence, snapping the top rung into 2 pieces. One piece of wood vanishes in a puff of smoke not 5 feet from where you have fallen. The other piece of wood lands in the field on the other side of the fence. Meglar was telling the truth, you say to yourself. The force field is there, but it stops only a few feet from where you are standing. Perhaps you should trust him, but why is he hiding in the woods if he is friendly? You must get help. Keeping your eyes on the piece of wood, you run ahead carefully. As long as you run a straight line, you avoid the force field. All the way to the back of the ship. When you reach town, you tell Police Captain McGee... Really? Police Captain McGee, okay. What happened? He has received an unusually high number of burglary reports. Captain McGee doesn't know whether to believe your wild story, but since he has no other leads on the stolen property, when you get to the woods with the police, the spaceship is gone. Captain McGee isn't surprised, but it was here, you insist. Then you look down. Beneath your feet is a large patch of burned ground. Captain McGee sees this too. After searching the area, you find much of the stolen property hidden in the brushes. A loud roaring sound makes everyone look up. Meglar's spaceship hovers overhead. In a flash, the ship shoots straight up and vanishes. Captain McGee is speechless. You wonder if he'll believe your story now. The end. That also sucked.
Yeah. Fucking Meglar.
You sell out to become a cop.
So, do we want to go back to where we split off from running towards the ship, or do we want to start over?
I'm curious about the alternate option.
Okay, we'll go to the alternate option.
Okay.
D6. We continue down the path. 103. Oh shit. You continue down the path, the trail narrows until your shirt is snagging on thorny bushes, but you are determined not to let anything stop you. Ahead of you, the path widens. Now it is easier to run again. Suddenly you find yourself on a well-traveled path. You hear the roar of automobiles and realize that you are near a main road. As you round a bend in the path, you see cars speeding by. You've made it. Now you can get help. You run as fast as you can. Suddenly you notice a shimmer in the air in front of you. It is some kind of energy field. You try to put on the brakes, but you can't stop. You strike the force field and vanish in a puff of smoke. You fucking killed me. This time you actually did kill me.
Hey!
Whoa!
Ugh.
Drink.
I did. All I have is whiskey, so I'm taking shots. Ugh. Ugh.
You do this to yourself.
I did. This is my idea. I'm stupid. Okay, so
You knew what was going to happen, Scappa.
begin at the beginning and take the last path.
Yeah.
Okay, page 19. We go to get help because we're bitches, as TT puts it. You decide to get help. As you turn your bike around, the beam lashes out at you. You stumble and drop your bike. The beam engulfs and vaporizes your bike. Motherfucker.
These last two have not been kind to the bike.
You run up the block as fast as you can. Suddenly, you crash into something and fall to the ground. It's an invisible barrier. You try to feel your way around the barrier, but it seems to stretch all the way across the street. As you pause to think, a short, fat, orange creature materializes before you.
Oh no, it's Garfield.
Oh shit, it's the guy in the cover.
It's the guy in the cover. His face is wrinkled like a prune and his head is bald. He has 3 eyes in the center of his face. There's no sign of any ears or a nose or a mouth. As you stare at him, a tentacle wraps itself around your arm. It's a little forward. Desperately, you pull free and run into someone's driveway. Maybe you can find shelter in the backyard. To your right is a snarling Doberman pinscher guarding an open gate. To your left is a high wooden fence. In front of you is a garage with an open door. Behind you is the alien! Which way do you go? If you want to get by the dog, turn to page 98. If you want to hop the fence, turn to page 52. If you want to go into the garage, turn to page 37.
Hop the fence. Hop the fence. Hop the
It
fence.
seems like the most likely to actually get us out of the situation. So I say go get torn apart by the dog.
Okay, so we got 2 votes.
Yes.
One for dog, one for fence.
Let's get eaten by a dog.
Eat by dog.
Dog.
Dog? Okay. We'll come back to the fence, I'm sure. 98.
See, it's still like a real RPG. You gotta explore the options that obviously aren't going to progress the plot.
That's fair. You try to go around the dog, but he growls and shows his teeth each time you come near. You see a tattered ball nearly hidden in the grass in the backyard. The dog is watching you carefully. You know the alien can't be far behind. You pick up the ball and the dog crouches, his eyes riveted on the ball in your hand. He is no longer growling, and his short tail is playfully flicking back and forth. What a great guard dog. You throw the ball over the dog's head, and he leaps for it, catching it in his mouth. Since the dog is preoccupied with the ball, you risk racing for the open gate. But the dog growls and leaps in front of you with the ball in his teeth. He drops the ball at your feet. You glance over your shoulder and see the alien materializing in the backyard, one limb at a time.
Throw the ball at the alien.
You slowly reach for the ball and throw it over your shoulder right at the alien. The dog zips past you, leaping into the air while you run for the open gate. You actually did do what you suggested. As you run through the gate, you hear the dog growling once again. A large crash rings out, sounding like garbage cans being knocked over. Another strange sound rings out behind you. Whoop, whoop, whoop! The high-pitched cry repeats. It must be the alien's voice. This is your chance to escape. Yet you have a feeling the alien is in danger. Even though he looks weird, you think, he really hasn't hurt me. Again, the alien cries out. I've got to find out what's happening to him. You run to the yard and see the alien sitting on a tree branch, wailing like a baby. Beneath him, the dog is prowling around the base of the tree, pushing the ball with his nose, then leaping high into the air at the frightened alien. The alien sees you and cries out, "Help me, please help me." Behind you is Escape, but the alien's cries of distress make you feel sorry for him. What should you do?
Let's help the wrinkly motherfucker.
Yeah.
We did just kind
You're
of
guilt
sick a
tripping
dog.
at me now, book.
This picture is really good, though. Hold on, I need to take a picture of this picture in the book because it's fucking hilarious. 1 second. It's so fucking funny. Let's see here.
Fucking sounding like Zoidberg, motherfucker.
Okay, here it is in general chat. It's coming. It's so fucking funny. This is one of the best pictures in the book. Look at his non-face.
Is that a fucking trunk?
Alright, so
Such a pitiful looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
do we feel sorry for the alien and want to help? Because
Yeah.
we get,
Yes.
Yes.
No, I want him dead. I want that dog to fuck him up.
because if we help the alien, we get to turn to page 69.
Okay,
Oh,
alright.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, I mean, what that trunk do? What that proboscis do?
Yeah. Let's 69 this alien.
I mean, yeah, you'd have a lot of fun with that guy. Look at him. Deciding to help the alien, you distract the dog by tossing the ball. The dog retrieves it. A few minutes later, the dog lies down, satisfied. Don't be afraid, you say the alien in a tree. The dog was only playing with you. The alien speaks through a small mouth at the tip of a tentacled arm. I have traveled all over the universe, and I have never seen such a fierce creature. And such language! You should have heard what he was saying to me. You can speak to dogs, you ask? My name is Wolnar Gad, and I can speak over 9,000 languages fluently. If you will be so kind as to move out of the way, I will get down.
Kara, amateur.
The alien lowers himself from the branch while keeping his 3 wary eyes on the sleeping dog. Then he grabs you with his tentacle. Now come along with me and no more tricks, he says. As the ungrateful Wulgnar Gad leads you away, you try to attracting the dog's attention by whistling. It doesn't work. But your whistling does have a curious effect on the alien. Maybe you can escape if you can find out what kind of whistle upsets him. If you whistle louder, turn to page 115. If you whistle softer, turn to page 66.
Mm.
There's no whistling option?
There's no whistling option.
If I have to whistle, I'm gonna whistle loud to annoy people.
150.
I mean, he is being a bit of ungrateful. We saved him from the horrible hell beast.
What an asshole.
Yeah.
You whistle
So I
long...
just,
Yes?
so I just came in. What's happened so far?
Sex.
This book got weirdly horny immediately, and we've been down 3 paths so far. And
How many paths are there?
so far the 3 that you've picked. And they branch off from there. But so far, most of the paths that we've gone down have been fucking horny. You whistle
We
long
need to-
and loud. Please stop that irritating noise, says Wolnar. It bothers me. Let me go, you say. I don't want to go with you. Well, why didn't you say so? Never let it be said that Wolnar Gad ever held anyone against his will. Who are you, you
true.
ask? I'm a collector, and I have visited your fair planet to accumulate items for a show that I'm putting on. But you're stealing them. Details. I do not understand what you mean. What is this thing called stealing? When you explain to him what stealing means, the alien looks insulted. I have chosen you, Earthling, to be the first of any species to view my masterpiece. It is a collection of Earth's items, tastefully arranged in an artistic design. But since you refuse this golden opportunity, I will have to leave. The alien vanishes. A minute later, you find yourself surrounded by fences, bicycles, mailboxes, automobiles, lawn furniture, and swing sets. You look up when a truck driver blows his horn at you. His truck can't pass. Hey, he yells. Move this junk out of here. What are you trying to do anyway? Start a recycling center? You wonder what Wolnar has planned for his next show. The end.
Well then. Well, I'm
Then you
curious to
ignore
see
the-
this art piece.
And then you ignore the
Yes.
truck driver and just leave.
Yeah. I can't move fucking automobiles.
Yeah.
So do we want to whistle softer, or do we want to go back to where we left him up the tree with a dog?
Softer. I'm
Yes.
curious to see this art piece of his.
Whistle softly into his ear.
Oh my god. The alien listens to your soft whistling with great interest. Do all of you humans make these delightful sounds? Before you can reply, the two of you are transported to the alien spaceship orbiting Earth. You must meet my companion, says Wolnar as he pulls you along. His tentacles feel creepily as they stick to your arm. He points to a 9-foot-tall lizard man covered in green scales. This is Grilla. Grilla's mouth opens, revealing a sharp set of green teeth. Beside Grilla is a short, spiny creature resembling a porcupine, who Wolnar reintroduces as, and I'm not fucking kidding, Vag. Like fucking, like vagina. I'm not fucking joking.
Oh,
Why is
that.
this book so horny?
This book is fucking horny. These are my
All we're
The
missing
hairy
is
bag.
These are my shipmates, says Wolnar. A finer crew
Shipmates.
My shit.
God damn it.
The, the hairy bag says hello.
No! Fucking... These are my shipmates, says Wolnar. A final crew of thieves never existed. The metal we steal, we sell as scrap to cosmic junk dealers. He brushes
Oh,
And the
aside...
other party said, "Oh, I don't understand stealing." It's like, nah, no, we're thieves.
He brushes aside the questions of his crew and commands you to whistle. You do your best under the circumstances. Grilla smiles and closes his eyes, swaying in obvious delight. Vag seems to go into a pleasurable trance. Why?
I love leading a vag into a pleasurable trance.
Earthling
Done
says...
it a number of times.
Earthling says
That's only if it's a
Wolnar.
whoopee cushion, TT.
Oh my fucking god. Your sounds amuse us. It will be your good fortune to entertain us on our space travels. Now, let us hear that wonderful sound again. You do your best as a cosmic canary. If you can amuse them long enough, maybe one day you can figure out a way to escape and return to Earth. The end. You fucking killed me.
Also, I just point out, he goes, "Oh, I don't know what stealing is. What is this strange human concept?" It's like, yeah, I know we're thieves.
We're leaving this guy
Exactly.
to the
Each
fucking dog, right?
path is actually like diverts the canon a bit.
Yeah. They're like the Goosebumps, use your own adventures.
So we're
Yeah.
Yeah, let's leave him to the dog.
we're leaving him to the
Yeah.
dog. Fuck this guy. This guy's a fucking asshole. What a
I
dick.
thought he was chill for a minute, but he wasn't.
Alright. So you run away. Even though you feel sorry for the alien, the thought of his cold tentacle grasping you fills you with disgust. Wow, okay. Not your kink, fine. Just fucking calm down. As you race through the next yard, you hear a strange whirring sound behind you, followed by the irritated yelping of the dog. Ahead lies the street, but your escape is brought to a sudden halt by yet another invisible barrier. You turn around and see the alien running after you. His tentacle is waving in the air. Wow, okay, put that away. Waving in the air above his head like a helicopter blade. He has two other humanoid... I'm just picturing this now.
Is he about to like take off?
I'm picturing this now and it's really fucking funny. Hold on. I have to laugh. He's so good.
Is he making the Zoidberg sound at the same time?
He has two other humanoid-like arms wobbling at his sides. One of them is holding a tuning fork-shaped device. This tool emits a high-pitched whine that hurts your ears. As you try blocking the sound with your hands, the alien grabs you and holds you tight. He stares at you with his huge eyes. It seems as though he can see right through you. That beast would have had me back there, and you might have escaped if not for my sonic sound distorter. A useful device. He brushes your head with his tentacle, and then you are suddenly tired. In seconds you are sound asleep.
We got roofied again.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Roofied again. I've been roofied again.
God damn, motherfucking aliens with their roofies. Fuck.
It's like, I know the best place to pick up, guys. The fucking American suburbs.
Upon waking, you find yourself all alone in an empty, white room with no windows or doors. You wonder what happened to the alien. You call out to him, but no one answers. The walls seem to absorb the sounds almost as soon as they leave your mouth. There has to be a way out of here, you think. You proceed to examine the room. The first thing you notice is that high in a corner, there seems to be a kind of closed-circuit camera, just like those in the bank. The camera is painted white and blends perfectly with the surroundings. The camera follows your every move. You see a white button blending into the wall on your right. You press the button. Why are you pressing buttons?
Why not?
There's nothing else to do.
The wall slides open, and the alien comes striding into the room. I see that you are awake, he says. His tone of voice...
God, it's Skyrimmed. We got Skyrimmed.
No!
Shut up.
You're finally awake.
Caught you. They caught you back there in the
Todd
Imperial
Howard
ambush.
ported Skyrim to space.
We were caught crossing the border with that thief over there.
Shut up back there!
God fucking damn it. His tone of voice is soft, yet you are still on your guard. Who are you, you ask? I am Wulnar Gad, and I am happy that you have recovered so quickly. Most beings are unconscious for days after my tentacle touches. Why?
Oh.
You perhaps can be the first to satisfy me.
You have only been unconscious for 2 hours. Are all Earthlings as strong as you? You don't answer the alien. The lower part of his face crinkles into kind of a smile. The effect makes him uglier than before. You shiver at the sight of him. Be silent if you wish, Earthling. There is plenty of time for us to talk. Come with me. If you go with him, turn to page 118. If you resist, turn to page 14.
Go with them. I'm curious at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would be.
Yeah.
Wow.
I want to see what that
for
smells
one
does.
purpose.
You follow the alien into a huge underground cavern. The hum of machinery fills the room, and you can feel a breeze blowing against your face. In front of you are high piles of objects. As you get closer, you see radios, television sets, clothes, bicycles, cars, and even a city bus. It is though you are in a huge warehouse. What is all this, you ask? Impressive, isn't it? Replies Wulnar with obvious pride. Your planet is incredibly rich, and I will become a wealthy globulan after this job. I think that's globulan. Globulan. Yeah, okay. Whatever. As Wulnar tells you about himself, you learn he is a common thief from the planet Globula. He has been systematically looting the Earth for years. He values anything that he can sell on other planets. A green beam deposits a garbage truck right in front of you. Wulnar is pleased with his catch and examines the contents of the truck. Whenever he touches a piece of garbage, he clucks with satisfaction. He turns to you. My transporter circuits are programmed to bring me all valued objects caught in its beam. But a warning alarm sounded when it registered a life form reading. I have always been curious about Earthlings, but now that you are here, what am I going to do with you? No one has ever witnessed my thefts before. Oh my god.
Oh no.
I'm about
You just did this in like daylight? I'm kind of surprised you haven't.
I'm about to fucking die again. If you let me go, I promise I won't tell anyone what you are doing, you say. Promises can be broken, Earthling. Why don't you keep me prisoner until you are finished, you suggest? Then you can leave and I can go free. You can always escape. Why don't you erase my memory and then leave me back on my block? If I don't remember what happened, how can I say anything? Shaking like jelly, Wolnar laughs in deep grunts. Earthling, I have no power to erase your memory. Enough. You are tiring me with these impractical plans. There is only one solution. The alien reaches into his belt and pulls out a large teardrop-shaped diamond. The diamond begins glowing, and you shield your eyes from the brightness. A strange tingling sensation flows through your body. Opening your eyes, you discover that you have shrunk to microscopic size and are trapped forever inside the diamond. The end. Fuck, you fucking kill me.
There is no good option with this man. Every option's bad option.
What a fucker.
You should have let the dog fuck him.
The only option was to save
We
him from
tried to. He had a tuning fork, apparently.
Okay. I imagine
Fuck this guy.
we want to turn back to page 83 and try to resist him.
Sure.
Resist.
Yes.
Resist. Okay.
Resist and bite.
This whiskey's a little stronger than I would like. You decide you must resist. The alien steps aside and you walk in front of him. As you pass by, you shove him to the ground. You are in a well-lit underground cavern. You run towards a large, slightly open steel door. It looks like you're going to make it, but suddenly a gigantic hand slams the door shut. You try to escape from the hand, but it closes around you and lifts you high into the air. You look around, expecting to see a giant. There is only the hand. The hand drops you at Wolnar's feet. You almost escaped, Earthling. I will not underestimate you again.
Fortunately, I had Bigby's hand prepared.
Bigby's hand.
Yeah, fucking master hand over here.
You stand up and face the alien.
The Legend of Zelda temple?
Oh god. You stand up and face the alien, determined to fight him, but he points a coin-shaped object at you. Silver strands fly from the coin, binding your hands and feet. Why? Why are you all into fucking bondage? Fucking. They didn't say this kid did not say he was into this. Otherwise, I would be fine. But nobody has asked consent. Walnut reaches out and grabs you by the shirt, pulling you close to him so you are staring into it. Why is this book so fucking horny? I may be just a common thief, Earthling, but I can recognize courage when I see it. In some parts of the galaxy, they pay very well for beings with courage. On Varix, they would train you to be a fierce warrior. You would fight to the death for the amusement of the great leaders. On Tremlin, you could be used to work the zirconium mines. On Delph, I'm sure the scientists could use you for their experiments. You struggle against your bonds as the alien drones on about the many planets where you could be useful. Then he tosses you to the ground like a rag doll. Stop struggling, Earthling, you will never escape. He presses the button on a silver box, and the bonds turn into a shield that covers you from head to toe. You can't keep your eyes open. You will sleep now, Earthling, and when you awaken, you will be at your new home. The last thing you hear is Wilnar's grunts of You fucking killed me again! There's no good fucking option with this dude. He's just an asshole.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
so
the dude on the cover.
Aside for the one where we annoyed him to letting us go.
This is our problem. We stumbled into the good ending really quick, and now it's just death after death.
Yeah.
This guy's just a bitch. Okay, we're going to go back to page 19 and then go from there. So we already tried the dog. You want to hop the fence, or do you want to go into the garage?
The garage sounds like a dead end, so let's go there.
Let's go there so we make you drink this fucking nasty whiskey again. Alright. You run into the garage and hide behind an old automobile. You hope that the darkness of the garage will hide you from the alien. As you cautiously peek out, the door slowly opens. Excuse me.
Now we have to deal with the worst monster of all, a suburban
Oh god. The alien is framed in the bright daylight. You can't make out his features exactly, but you see that he is holding some kind of weapon in his hand. You hold your breath as the alien steps into the garage. Come out, Earthling, there is no escape. You gasp. He knows you are here. Or is he only bluffing, hoping that you will reveal your hiding place? If you try to run for it, turn to page 88. If you remain hidden, turn to page 60.
Remain hidden. This guy's a blowhard.
Yeah.
This guy's an asshole.
He's an asshole.
You remain hidden, trying to fight down your growing panic. The alien slowly advances into the garage, sweeping his eyes back and forth. You shrink deeper into the shadows, hoping that he won't see you. I know you are here, Earthling, the alien says. He could be bluffing, you don't move. The alien listens carefully to the silence. He stands very still and touches the tip of his tentacle to the top of his head. He starts spinning in a circle. He spins slowly at first, then blindingly fast.
Then he transforms into Wonder Woman.
Considering how the rest of this is gone, yeah.
He might.
I would believe that.
You blink and he's gone. With the door wide open, sunlight streams into the garage. Your hiding place isn't dark any longer. You have to get out of here. Outside is the driveway and the relative safety of the street. If you could only avoid the alien for just a little while longer, you might be able to make a break for home. You step into the yard and look carefully around. It looks deserted. As you run, a strange brown mist surrounds you. The mist feels so warm and secure that you feel like going to... Roofied again!
What the fuck?
Roofied again!
Just a whole bunch of like unrelated but like perverted aliens just decided to come docking.
Yeah, what up with that?
Are we like the most attractive Earthling they've ever seen, or what? What the fuck? Come on.
We're in like a don't talk to strangers PSA.
Fuck. In an instant, you are transported to an underground chamber in the alien's Earth base. The orange-skinned alien stands before you. You have been quite troublesome, Earthling. I ran into a garage to get away from you. What thing? Come on. I have wasted much time in tracking you down. Leave me alone, you say. I didn't do anything to you. Quite right, but I need you in my experiment. I am a scientist from the planet Verda. I stole various Earth items before your eyes to see how you would react to these unexplained phenomena. I thought you would be interesting, but I'm afraid you Earthlings are thoroughly boring and predictable. You think fast. Maybe if you are unpredictable, he will let you go. You pull your hand out of your pocket and point it at the alien. You tell him that you will zap him if he doesn't let you go. You are bluffing, Earthling, says the alien. If you try to convince the alien that you hold a dangerous weapon in your hand, turn to page 21. If you fall to the ground and pretend you are crazy, turn to page 27.
Point a gun.
Gun.
Gun first.
Gun this
Okay.
man.
Gun first, and then insanity.
Yeah.
Gun.
Then we plead insanity and start frothing at the mouth, and maybe you'll let us go because we have rabies.
I mean, I would.
It's like, oh god, he has space rabies.
Drop onto all fours and start barking at him.
Oh my fucking god. What the heck, you figure? You point your finger and aim at the alien. Zap, you say? To your utter surprise, a lavender ray streaks from your finger and misses the alien by inches.
Oh,
We're packing heat.
We're back in heat!
this whole time we were unaware of our gift.
Hey,
Yo,
I
what
never
a
had
way
any
to
doubt.
have the metagene.
Jesus. The surprised alien dives away from you. You stare in disbelief at your finger. As the alien lifts his head, you zap him again and another ray shoots over him. The alien scientist scrambles for cover, and you chase him around the underground base. He has his hand over his head, and his tentacle flaps behind him as he ducks from the blast for your finger. You don't know how a loaded finger is possible, but you continue to pursue the alien, hoping to find a way out of this underground maze. You remember how frightened you were when the alien was after you. Now you are a bit ashamed that you're doing the same thing to the alien. Without any
No,
warning,
we're not.
I'm not!
The truth.
Fuck this guy.
Without any warning, the brown mist returns and snakes its way up your body. But something else is happening. A cry rings out from the alien. The mist is enclosing him, too. Well, good, somebody else is getting roofied. Fucking hell.
If after getting fucked by this guy so many times, catharsis.
A second alien appears in the chamber. This one is short, chunky, and has porcupine quills all over his body. He releases you from the brown mist. I am a friend, Earthling. Do not worry. Your finger is harmless now. When I realized what you had planned, I decided to give you the power to make it work. You mean my finger didn't really fire, you ask? No, it was just an illusion. Son of a bitch.
Damn it! I thought it would be revealed that we actually are half alien and we can shoot lasers out of our fingers.
Why did you help me? My colleague here has long bragged that he is a superior scientist. He has traveled the universe staging these stupid tests of his. He always claims that he is stealing just to test the reactions of his subjects. But lately he has kept what he has taken for his own profit. I could not let him continue. What will happen to him now, you ask? He will be given the very best treatment, and one day he will be able to resume his place in the scientific community. Goodbye, Earthling. Thank you for helping me teach my colleague a valuable lesson. The end.
This is
Well,
the
that was
best
the
ending
goal.
so far.
That was the golden ending.
That was the best ending so far. Holy shit.
You sent him to alien rehab.
I'm not a kleptomaniac, guys. I
You put
swear.
him through a scared straight program.
God, that was fucking funny.
Beautiful.
All right.
Gorgeous.
Are we sure Chuck Sugar didn't write this? Holy crap.
Okay. Pretend we're crazy time, because I don't think it's going to get any better than that. Fuck. Okay, crazy town. Oh my
Crazy
God.
Town.
That was fucking funny.
It's like,
I mean-
wait, humans can't shoot lasers out of their fingers? Nah, bro, it was a prank.
Let me take a sip of water, because holy shit.
Nah, bro, you're on scare tactics.
It's not so funny now, is it?
Oh my God. Pretending to go wild, you fall down and spin like a top. You bray like a donkey and kick up your back legs. Your behavior startles the alien. He looks confused. You are determined to keep him off balance. You get to your knees and pretend to be a dog. You bark and leap high into the air.
Oh, good.
The alien doesn't look so confident now. He casts a nervous glance around the chamber as though looking for a place to hide. You straighten up and walk stiffly towards the alien. I am the Frankenstein monster, you cry. You hold your arms in front of you and shuffle straight at the alien. He lets out a yelp of panic and tries to hide behind an instrument panel. You laugh as the alien cowers. Suddenly his attitude changes. Do not laugh at me, Earthling. I will not be made a fool of, he screams. He presses a button on the instrument console. Red beams zip over your head. You duck and they barely miss you. Now what? On the floor there are several glass discs. You pick one up and throw it at the alien. The disc shatters against the instrument panel and makes half of it invisible. You grab 2 more discs and run for cover as the alien comes after you. I gotta flip to the right page. Holy shit, my voice. You duck behind some metal boxes, then take a look back. The alien is gone. All you see is a glimpse of the brown mist floating towards you. It caught you once, but you resolve it won't catch you again. Keeping ahead of the mist, you run to a jumble of stolen cars. Each time the brown mist strikes an object, the mist gets thinner. You realize that its power weakens when it catches something. Ahead of you is a pile of bicycles. You see your bike among them. If you could only reach your bike, you might... Why is your bike gonna help you? Your bike is not a teleportation device. You might be able to escape. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot the alien. He hides behind some clear plastic globes. He isn't that far away. You fling one of your last discs at him. The disc hits the globes and makes them disappear. As the alien runs for cover, you throw your last disc. The alien sees it coming. Trying to get away, he trips and goes sprawling just as the disc strikes him. The alien vanishes! 109? 109? Are we gonna kill the alien now? You stand up, only to find yourself trapped in an invisible box. The alien appears in front of you, but I thought I made you disappear, you say. You did, says the alien, but I can reappear at will by activating the materializer on my belt. You've done well, Earthling, better than most other beings. You will make an interesting subject. As he speaks, 2 other aliens materialize in the chamber. One looks like a bird with human arms. The other looks like a piece of gnarled wood. What do you want with us? You shout. In my numerous experiments, there are 3 species which have proved the strongest and most adaptable. The bird people of Siriu, the tree lights of Simlac 10, and the human beings of Earth. In a few moments, I will place 3 of you in a maze with only 1 exit. Inside the maze will be items stolen from various planets in the galaxy. Some items are quite harmless, others might help you escape. A few are quite deadly. Only one of you can win, the others will perish. But I'm only a news carrier, you protest. Why are you doing this to me? For science! Now let the games begin! The end. You fucking killed me.
Yay!
Woo!
Science.
Okay. I need to take a quick break, but then we can go back to the beginning again and try to take some other paths from the 3 branching that we didn't pick before. But I gotta get some water because I'm starting to, sound like Kermit the Frog.
Yeah.
I'll be
The
back.
fucking figure gun ending was the best one.
Yeah, that
One
was
of the
great.
most amusing.
That was great. So I started up XCOM just for the background, and the random mission generator, the random name generator for it, Operation Bloodstank.
Blood
I'm sorry.
stank, hell yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
The XCOM, it's always funny seeing what the randomly generated mission names are, and this one, it's Operation Bloodstank.
Blood stank.
Woohoo!
All right.
Absolutely fair. Blood stank. Trying to figure out if there's anything else worth of value back here in this robot dump.
DZ, you're probably the only one who'll get this, but it reminds me of Destiny, where
Operation
one of the
Puppy
strikes.
Dog.
Yeah, Operation Baby Dog. What? Oh, I must have left the mission generator on. All right, Operation Baby Dog. The mission already started. Let's get to it.
What I hate about it is that I've played that mission a bunch of times, but because it has such a low chance, that voice line has such a low chance it's triggering, I've never heard it myself. Just the stoic voice of Lance Reddick solemnly saying Operation Puppy Dog.
There's a mark of tires. Either something is up here or people who want to kill me.
I have frosting now.
Nice.
Frosting. What sort?
Chocolate.
I don't, sir.
Shit. Okay, I am back. Just let me drink this smoothie.
Okay.
I'm gonna go out here. My head's starting to pound a bit.
Okay.
Okay.
If I don't come back later tonight, see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Good night.
Okay.
Almost fell off the bed.
So, we've got. So, the 3 routes that we've got branching out from the start is, if you're curious and want to investigate, turn to page 7. That got us to, I think, that got us to the silver lamppost dude. If you go get help, that took us to Tentacle Man. And if we want to cautiously test the beam's power, that took us to Ant-Man.
Let's see.
And yeah. That took
I
us.
don't know what any of these are, so.
That took us to Horny Town, is what it did.
Town, USA.
So, what would you like to do? What alien would you like to explore more, basically?
Let's go back to the very beginning with the horny ones.
Horny.
Yes.
Okay. So we test the beam's power. And we go from there. I'm
So
not
I
gonna...
remember there was a hallway that was quiet. We decided to go in the machinery room.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to read all that shit again, but I will read the page leading up to the choices. You don't want to give your real name, but all you can think to say is, I'm a news carrier. Really, says the alien? He looks to his right and talks to a slab of stone. Guac, you promised me riches if we came to rob Earth, but all we have so far is useless junk and a news carrier. The slab of rock begins to move. It's alive. A pair of red eyes glow at you from the solid gray mass. Earthling, don't gaze into his eyes. Put on these protective glasses. Hurry. So, eventually we're going to just turn and gaze into his eyes anyway. Doesn't matter where we go from here. We're just going to get roofied no matter what. So we're just going to get roofied without, So we're going to go to page 99 from there. Page 25.
I'm back.
I'm trying to find the next place where we get an actual choice. Okay, so what's happening now is the antenna on Rebex's head waves back and forth. Have you angered him? Earthling, we are not thieves, says Rebex. We simply borrowed a few things that we will return when the hunt is over. But you can't just take things that don't belong to you, you point out. Earthling, is it unfortunate that the effects of Quack's eyes are temporary? In your case, it would be a blessing if you forgot how to talk. Are you ready to go home? Before you can answer, an explosion rocks the spaceship. The lights flicker, and both aliens race for the instrument panels. Warning lights are blinking, and alarms are sounding. As the aliens struggle to save their ship, a series of flashing yellow lights appears behind them. As you watch in fascination, the lights take the shape of a small being. You want to warn Rebex and Quack, but you are annoyed that they played a trick on you. Another explosion jars the ship as the yellow light becomes more solid. And this is where we remain silent we warned the aliens last time?
We warned them.
So we're going to remain
We warned
silent.
them. Yeah.
Because they got the jump on the space cop last time.
Yeah. We'll remain silent and let them get fucking arrested this time.
You deserve, asshole.
You remain silent as the lights transform into a blonde boy with an evil-looking scar running down his cheek. He holds up a platinum triangle. The strange device emits a blue net which wraps you securely in its grasp. An instant later, both Rebex and Quack are also immobilized. More blinking lights form into humanoids, and they all gather around the blonde boy. He seems to be their leader. The boy listens for a few moments, then silences the humanoids with a wave of his hand. He is only 4 feet tall, but he seems to hold great power. He releases you from the webbing. I am Synchron Zim. These are my men. What are you doing with these 2 petty thieves? Are they your traveling companions? When you explain, Synchron frowns. He says, rubbing his cheek. The cargo of this vessel is worthless, not even worth hijacking. But there are riches on Earth that we could take before destroying the planet, he smiles wickedly. In desperation, you lunge for Synchron, but he's too fast for you. The blue webbing encases you again. Now Synchron is angry. What a fucking dick.
I thought you were a cop, bro.
He's only a cop if you warn them, you snitch. If you don't snitch, he's an evil villain trying to conquer the planet.
Of course.
Yeah, the options are cop and or supervillain.
That's both. That's the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
not much of a difference there.
I didn't want to say it, but you're not wrong.
That was a foolish thing to do, Earthling. No one attacks me. Excuse me. Attacks me and lives. But I will make an exception in your case. You gambled when you tried to escape just now, so I propose a wager with you. If you can remain free on Earth for 1 hour while pursued by me and my men, I will free both you and your companions. If not, well, let's just say that capture will be unpleasant. What is your answer? You look at Rebex and Quack. Both are frozen in place. Zim's men are laughing, clearly enjoying your discomfort. You really have no choice but to agree. Zim releases you and zaps you with a yellow light. The next thing you know, you are back on Earth, standing in front of an amusement park. A voice echoes in your ear. This is where your fate will be decided. Oh good, I always wanted my fate to be decided in a fucking amusement park. Seriously?
Coney Island.
You cannot leave the area. Force beams will seal you in. Remember, you must elude us for 1 hour. Zim's men appear behind you, and you run into the park. You've lost them for the moment, but you have to find a hiding place. To your right is the Hall of Mirrors. To your left is the funhouse. If you hide in the Hall of Mirrors, turn to page 97. If you hide in the funhouse, turn to page 116.
Funhouse.
Okay.
I mean,
House?
there's clowns in the funhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
clowns
sweet,
in Funhouse.
That sweet Callisto.
Killer clowns from outer space.
Yeah, we might run into clown aliens.
God damn it. You run into the funhouse. 2 aliens are close behind you, having been to this amusement park before. You know that the first room in the funhouse has thick foam rubber flooring. It is almost impossible to stay on your feet, so you fall to your knees and crawl to the next room. Now the aliens storm into the room. Help, they cry in surprise. As they struggle to regain their balance, one of them accidentally fires his paralyzer. He freezes his companion. Now there is only one chasing you.
Oh, you're Styler.
The next room has a tilted floor and can only be crossed by holding the handrails. You've nearly made it to the other side when the alien stumbles into view. Yow! He sliced. Really? Yow?
Wow, bro.
Yow! He slides down the tilted floor and bangs against the lower wall. He is unconscious. What the... Really?
These are like the worst aliens.
You take his weapon and secure his belt tightly around the belt again. Suddenly a third alien appears in the doorway. You barely avoid the jet of hot air that shoots from his weapon. The blast strikes the wall behind you and burns a hole through it. You fire your weapon and the recoil knocks you backwards. The shot misses the alien, but it does knock loose the chunk of the ceiling. The chunk pins down the frustrated alien. You head for the room of darkness and wait. 32. As you sit in the dark, you look back and see a figure slip quietly into the room. You hold your breath, not daring to give away your hiding spot. Not 5 feet away, you hear a scrape on the floor. You don't move, and the sound passes on. Suddenly, the room is bathed in brightness. An alien is standing in front of you, holding a glowing cube in his hand. You blast him with the paralyzer. Now only Zim is left. The next room is behind a black curtain.
Zim?
Yes. Technically.
His name is Zim, and he is invading from outer space.
Even though Zim could be waiting below.
And he is only 4 feet tall.
Yeah. I mean, none of that is wrong.
My God.
You decide to let the chance slide. It is your only way out. Ready or not, here I come, you think. You slide down and land in a sawdust pit. You quickly duck out of sight. Suddenly Zim...
sawdust pit?
Yeah, I guess. Don't ask me, this is a weird funhouse. Suddenly Zim walks right by, looking up at the slide. He just missed seeing you. You pull out your paralyzer and fire, missing Zim by inches. He turns around. Before he can return your fire, you zap him. The hour is up. You've won. The end.
It was a good ending, though.
A little anticlimactic.
A little anticlimactic. Do we want to go to the Hall of Mirrors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I apologize for the lack of clown pussy.
It's alright. I'll fill that gap soon enough.
Oh my god.
Just like how you'll.
Become shameless.
Yeah. I need more alcohol for that.
Wow. Wow. Fucking. You race into the Hall of Mirrors with the aliens in hot pursuit. Scampering quickly through the maze, you try to slip out the back. When you go through the door, you see a bright light materializing. It's Zim. Zim spots you and fires a golden beam at you. A mirror crashes over your head. You race through the maze, hoping to keep away from the other aliens inside. On the floor, you see a platinum triangle that must have been dropped by one of the aliens. You pick it up. If you can figure out how to operate it, maybe you can escape. Standing in front of you is one of Zim's humanoids. His back is to you. Your fingers feel a trigger mechanism on the triangle. You aim it at the alien, hoping that you are holding it the right way. You fire, and the alien is encased in blue webbing. You did it. Now you have a chance. The aliens seem disoriented by the Hall of Mirrors. You easily surprise the other three. Now only Zim remains. You have less than 2 minutes to go. Can you make it the full hour? 75. Suddenly you hear a loud chuckle. Zim fires at you. The ray bounces off the mirror in front of you and zips back and forth around the maze. In seconds, every mirror is destroyed. Then you hear a yelp of terror. Dozens of broken mirrors have collapsed on Zim, burying him. His legs are kicking in the air as though he is swimming. As you run by him, he cries out, "Help me! I can't get out. Please help me." You still have time left, but you can't just leave him there. I could.
Yeah, we can.
Leave him.
You carefully pull him out of the pile of glass by his legs. When Zim sits up, he grabs your wrist, forcing you to drop the triangle. He pulls you towards him and stares into your eyes. For just a second, you see the flicker of a smile, but it quickly vanishes. Earthling, you still have time left. 20 seconds to be precise. It looks like you've lost. But Synchron Zim repays his debts. Since you saved my life, you may go home. You and your companions are safe. Your kindness to me will not be forgotten. Thank you, friend. The end. I don't want this guy to be my friend. Guy's
What the fuck?
Okay, so that
I
was...
just want one ending where I intentionally murder a sapient being. Is that so much?
If you wanted that, you should have picked the other Alien book.
Man.
Okay.
Can't have shit in Detroit. Also, BRB.
Okay.
Gotta eat in there.
Suburb.
Detroit.
You can't have shit in Detroit.
Yeah, that's probably actually what happened. This actually is to said Detroit. That would explain all the thefts.
I mean, nobody cares.
This like, guy comes back and his stairs are gone. The fucking Zimps or whatever the fuck his name is stole it.
Can't have shit in Detroit.
Stamps.
Okay. Let me wait for Shady to come back and then go on with the lampshade alien, and I think that's the last bit of branching that happens. That's really exciting or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we'll be done with this book.
I'm glad, Stero, that you know that the Chupacabra is the nuclear option you could just have in your back pocket.
What now?
I kind of the Chupacabra from the Oasis Valley. I think it was because I posted the normal version and then the quote-unquote Australian version friend did, where it's just upside down, like next to each other. So it's like got a vaguely humanoid pose when they're stacked like that.
I still have questions for YouTube's algorithm. The Eldritch algorithm.
Yeah.
I still remember a post or whatever saying, like, explain this algorithm to me, minion. It's like, oh, it's a dark god they must sacrifice to, and it has no rhyme or reason.
Yeah, I'm sitting here on all of our lovely icons talking to each other, so I don't get anything flagged.
That's fine.
Okay. Let's see here.
Apparently, our young, indeterminately young, whatever, protagonist is like, we can't kill, even though some of these guys really deserve it.
I fucking kill all of these things.
But we can get roofied plenty of times.
God. So many roofies.
What's
How
wrong
come,
like-
with the rupees?
How come we got like fucking? Just today is the day all the fucking perverted thieves come out. Couldn't we have like one like reasonable alien thief?
Like, it's perverted thieves on Perversion Eve.
It's a fucking entire invading army of bard rogues.
Okay.
Let's see here. So, 19. So we still have, technically, we still have one more choice with tentacle alien, which is to hop the fence. Do we want?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Do we want to do that, or do we want to go to the lampshade alien?
Top defense.
Let's hop the fence.
It's the
Off that fence.
the lampshade
I'm sick of
alien's
being
kind
on the fence.
That's reasonable. The lampshade alien is kind of boring, to be honest. He doesn't really do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So hop the fence, go to page 52. Let's see.
Say, brother, I've been to roofied at least 5 times today. You're gonna have to try something a little more exciting.
What if I threaten you vaguely? Nah.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna work, bub.
You sprint for the wooden
Sorry.
fence and try to get over it, but it's too high for you. You search frantically for something to use as a step. Just in time, you spot a metal milk crate. What? What fucking...
I'm already taken out of this because there has never been a fence too high for me to hop.
What fucking decade does this take place?
Some of us are not. Some of us lack your power.
It gives you the
I
height you
myself
need.
am vertically challenged.
As you try to swing over the fence, you slip and fall into a pile of junk on the other side. You've landed in the backyard of the abandoned house next door. You struggle to free yourself, but trip over a rubber tire. You tumble forward into a plastic bag filled with garbage. You hear the growl of a dog from another yard, and a human voice calls out, "Hey you, what are you doing? Leave my dog alone. I'm calling the cops." Something smashes against the fence behind you. The alien must be trying to scale it. You free yourself from the junk heap and run into the abandoned house. You try to open the front door, but it's stuck. Just my luck, you think, and rush to the back door. It creaks as you open it. Now you just need a place to hide. To your right is a closet. Behind you is a staircase covered with dust. If you hide in the closet, turn to page 76. If you climb the stairs, turn to page 38.
Oh, they're
I don't
both
think
terrible
we've-
choices.
I don't think
Stairs.
we've
I'm
ever-
sick of stairs. I never want to go back in the closet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think, with all the choices we've made today, I don't think the closet was ever an option.
Racing up the stairs to the second floor, you nearly trip over a pile of canvas and rope bundled in the shadows on top of the landing. Your foot crashes through the rotted flooring. That gives you an idea. You can lure the alien up here. Maybe you can try to take him prisoner.
Oh, Home Alone, this bitch.
Stomping your feet on the floor, you try to make enough noise to attract the alien. But you have to be careful not to go through the floor again. The canvas and rope can be useful, so you drag them into a dark corner. Then you wait for the alien. You hear footsteps on the stairs. So far, so good.
Macaulay Culkin, this bitch.
The alien reaches the landing. As he searches for you in the gloom, his eyes glow like fog lights. Back and forth the amber eyes track as systematically as an aircraft beacon. Now they focus in your direction. Your heart is hammering in your chest. Maybe this isn't such a good idea after all, you think. As the alien gets closer, you shrink deeper into the shadows. Your hand brushes against a piece of wood. Should you toss it at him, or should you remain silent? If you toss the wood, turn to page 16. If you remain silent, turn to page 89.
Is it toss the wood as in try to lure him in one direction or as a weapon?
I think just toss it at him. It doesn't say either way. If it was obviously a weapon, I would choose that.
I'm gonna go with remain silent.
Yeah.
Quiet time? Okay. 89. You remain silent as the alien walks up to your hiding place. His eyes are glowing in the darkness. Why do you run, Earthling? I mean you no harm. You frighten me, you reply. I am sorry, I forgot my appearance can be upsetting to humans. But all I wanted was some food. My ship was damaged during a magnetic space storm, and none of my systems have worked properly ever since. While I was inspecting my transporter circuits, the system malfunctioned, sending me to Earth. You ran away before I could explain. Please accept my apologies. Your vehicle will be returned to you. My people are not thieves. He pulls a blue stone from his pouch at his belt. Here is payment for what I took. It is a colubrous stone. Its heat can cook a meal, but not burn your skin. It can warm your living unit on the coldest nights and cool it on the warmest days. To command it, simply hold it in your hands and project your thoughts. It will obey. Goodbye. The alien vanishes. In its place is a pale blue, marble-shaped stone. You hold the stone in your hand and stare into its blue depths. It is hot in the old house, and you wish for a breeze. The stone glows brightly, and a refreshing coolness washes over you. Wait until your friends and family see this, and wait until they hear the story. The end.
Good ending.
That ended pretty good. Got a portable AC unit and a heater.
I'll call it a win.
Okay, so do we want to throw the wood at him? Or do we want to end it there on a nice note with the tentacle alien?
I kind of want to end it on a nice note.
He was genuinely one of the nicest aliens we've actually encountered.
He's the one that we finally give it to.
No!
We'd be like, hey, before you go,
We found him. We found the alien boyfriend we deserve.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, Tim.
I don't need a used oil can. The gas canister makes no sense.
Okay, so we will end going to, I guess, the warring silver alien. Let's see, how do we get to him? Page 7. I gotta find where this tracks to. Page 29.
Did you say the whoring stope alien?
Yes. The boring silver alien is what I said, but the whoring stope alien sounds better. Okay. So what happened is the guy is chasing you, or he's come out of a ramp on his silver spaceship, and he's staring at you with milky yellow eyes, and the option is to run to the brush or greet the alien. And we ran into the brush last time, so we get to greet the alien this time. Say hello. That's the one thing we have not tried.
What have I missed?
We're going to greet the creepy alien with the white eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So you decide to greet the alien. Welcome to planet Earth, you say, figuring that aliens don't speak English too well. Thank you, Earthling, he says.
To Earth.
Fear not, I mean you no harm. I am Meglar from the star system Omicron. Omicron Persei 8, okay.
Mm-hmm.
This alien may speak English, but his lips don't move. How do you do that, you ask? He laughs, a deep, rich sound that soothes you. My race has no vocal cords. We communicate by directly transmitting our thoughts. Our scientists have been monitoring your radio broadcast for many years. It's really quite simple. As Meglar speaks, you notice that he is scratching his arms and legs. He glances down. Pointing in horror at the patch of poison ivy by his feet, he leaps backwards. Earthling, I have been careless. To my people, this vegetation is a deadly poison. Its effects are immediate. I must have an antidote soon, or I will die. Please help me. Before you can answer, the alien passes out. You don't know what to do. Should you go into the spaceship? Maybe Meglar has companions. Or should you go home for help? If you go into the spaceship, turn to page 5. If you go get help, turn to page 40.
I'm gonna go for home because that seems to be the place that's the most reliable place for an antidote.
Okay.
Mm.
I've got one vote for home. Is that good?
Yeah, home's
Makes
fine
as
with
much
me.
sense as anything.
It's where the heart is.
You decide to go for help. First, you must drag Meglar out of the poison ivy. Even though he is tall, he is surprisingly light, but not light enough to carry all the way home. You race off to get help on your own. As you run, you try to remember what the nurse used when you caught poison ivy in camp. The medicine was pink, and you had to wear it all the time. You hop the fence to your backyard and go through the back door. Calamine lotion. That was the name of the medicine. You dash to the bathroom, grab the bottle from the medicine cabinet, and run to the door. Just as you are about to leave the house, the telephone rings. It could be Mom, you think. She'd be able to help. But time is running out. Meglar could be dying. The phone rings again. If you answer the phone, turn to page 4. If you don't stop, turn to page 79.
Don't stop. Time is of the essence.
We're pretty invested in Meglar, aren't we? Suddenly.
He's been the nicest one!
He wasn't an ass to him, so we're not gonna be... He wasn't an ass to us, so we're not gonna be an ass to him.
That's fair. You ignore the ringing of the phone and race outside to help the alien. A few minutes after applying the lotion, Meglar stirs, then opens his eyes. He smiles at you. I owe you my life, Earthling. We now become brothers for all time. With his finger, he traces a strange design on your forehead. Why did you come to Earth, you ask? My mission is to chart human progress. It has been 500 of your Earth years since we were last here. Much has changed. I was collecting samples when a malfunction in our retrieval circuits brought you here. Accidents are unfortunate, but I am glad this accident happened. You're 500 years old? Actually, I am 720 of your Earth years old. We have slowed the aging process. Now many of us live to ages of 1,000 or more of your years. How long will you be here? The alien smiles and places a hand on your shoulder. My mission is almost over. Would you like to come with me on a flight around the Earth?
Yes.
That's not a choice. That's a no-brainer. You sit in a comfortable chair, contoured to fit your body. Meglar's sure hands pilot the spaceship. You see the Earth on a large viewing screen in front of you. This phase of my mission, says Meglar, is to chart topography and population density. There are many more people here than before, says Meglar as he views a sports stadium on his scanner. Look at that. People are fighting just to have some open space. They aren't fighting, they're playing football, you reply. What's football? You explain the game to Meglar and he shakes his head in amazement. He lands the ship underwater and takes you with him to map the ocean floor. You see strange ruins of a long-forgotten civilization. This used to be Atlantis, Meglar says. I see it sank. Later, as you streak over the Grand Canyon, Meglar announces that his survey is completed. He transports you back to your neighborhood. You run home, bursting to tell your adventures to your mother. What have you been up to, she asks. You've been gone for 2 hours, and how did you get that marks on your forehead? With a sigh, you realize that Mom, and everyone else, will never believe your story. The end.
That was a pretty good one.
That was a pretty good end. I think that's where that book is going to stop.
Sorry, I took a call. What had happened?
Meglar killed us.
He didn't. Meglar was the nicest person.
We became BFFs, and he took us on a joyride around the Earth.
Huh.
He took us on his magic starship, and it was pretty cool.
For once, there was a fucking...
A nice alien instead of Roofy Central?
Yeah.
He was a little touchy, but he was quite the gentleman.
He would have gotten us flowers.
Yes.
Unfortunately, he caught some poison ivy, but we managed to save him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how'd we cure him?
Calamine lotion.
Just rub the lotion on the skin.
So there were some other
Lotion in the basket.
There were some other choices, but I think we've got pretty much the best ones.
Yeah.
And that was a good ending to stop on, so I'm gonna call it there for that one.
And I'm also a fan of the finger gun ending.
That was the best ending.
It's the greatest one. It's loaded.
So,
Finger gun, hand, shotgun.
So I'm hoping to do this again because this was actually really fun. I'm not gonna do it now because my voice is running out, so maybe later? I don't know. We're gonna stop that here, and that was Thieves from Space by E.T. Randall, and E.T. Randall, you